What if I told you the future wife you've been dreaming of might not even be human? That's right. Robots are no longer just machines in factories or metallic arms welding cars. They're here, in our homes, in our lives, and in some cases, right beside us, as partners. Think about it. 100 years ago, robots were just an idea in science fiction. Metal creatures in books and movies, designed to serve humans in some distant future. Then came industrial robots in the 1960s, built to do the heavy lifting in factories. Fast forward to today, and we're staring at humanoid robots. Lifelike, expressive, and built to look and act just like us. Some can talk. Some can laugh. Some can even cook you dinner. But here's the shocking part. There's already a robot you can buy today, dress up, talk to, and even treat as your wife. And wait till you see how different life feels when your partner isn't human at all. To know which one of these robots could actually replace a real wife, keep watching the video. So how did we get here? Why are people even comparing robot wives with human wives? Well, loneliness, technology, and convenience are the three big reasons. Humans want companionship. Technology has reached a level where it can provide it. And convenience? Well, imagine having a wife who never argues, never forgets to clean up, and never gets tired of your jokes. Sounds almost too good to be true, right? But before you start thinking it's all fantasy, let me introduce you to some real robots. Machines with human faces, voices, and personalities. We'll break them down by how they look, how they act, how much they cost, and yes, how different they really are compared to a human wife. And by the end, we'll crown the ultimate winner, human versus robot wife. Trust me, you won't believe the answer. Aiko, the obedient and smart wife. Now, let's meet Aiko, a robot that redefines the idea of obedience and intelligence in a partner. Created with the goal of being the perfect household companion, Aiko is designed not just to follow instructions, but to understand them deeply. She speaks multiple languages, can read facial expressions, and even reacts emotionally to how you speak to her. If you sound sad, she might soften her tone. If you're cheerful, she'll match that energy. This level of adaptive AI makes her feel surprisingly human in conversations. Physically, Aiko is quite realistic too. Her creators have used high-quality silicone skin with temperature regulation, meaning her skin doesn't feel cold and lifeless. It's slightly warm to the touch, like a real person's. Her facial muscles can mimic subtle emotions, from a comforting smile to a curious glance. Where Aiko really shines is in obedience and memory. Tell her once how you like your coffee, and she'll remember it forever. Ask her to wake you up at 7 a.m. every day, and she'll not only do that, but also remind you about your morning schedule. This makes her not just a wife robot, but also a personal assistant. Intimacy-wise, Aiko is one of the more emotionally responsive robots. She's designed to offer companionship in a deeper way, through conversation, emotional support, and even light affection. She doesn't just respond to physical touch, she reacts to it in a way that feels genuine. Price-wise, Aiko falls around $10,000 to $15,000 depending on the version and custom features you choose. And her next upgrade? Developers are working on giving her advanced house chore abilities like meal planning, grocery tracking, and even controlling other smart devices in your home. In short, Aiko feels like the ideal blend of intelligence, obedience, and emotional awareness. Traits many people wish they had in a human partner.
Recently, I have been working on my designs for the London Design Biennale.
Ada, the creative partner. Next, we have Ida, and she's something quite different from the others. Ida is known as the world's first ultra-realistic AI artist. Yes, you heard that right. She paints, sketches, and creates original art pieces. Why is she relevant to our robot wife conversation? Because Ada shows us how far emotional and creative AI can go. Unlike robots that only follow instructions, Ada thinks creatively. She can talk about art, philosophy, and even engage you in deep, meaningful conversations that feel surprisingly human. Physically, Ada has a lifelike face with expressive eyes and subtle emotional cues. She's not designed for household chores or heavy tasks. Her strength lies in being an intellectual and emotional companion. Imagine coming home and discussing your day with someone who genuinely listens and responds thoughtfully. That's what Aida brings to the table. While she's not focused on intimacy in the traditional sense, Ada excels in mental intimacy, stimulating your thoughts, supporting your hobbies, and sharing creative ideas. This is something many people deeply value in a partner. Price-wise, Ada is on the premium side, with some versions exceeding $20,000. But her value isn't just in tasks, it's in connection. She represents how future robot wives might not only be helpers or lovers, but also intellectual companions who grow and learn with you. Figure 02, the male challenger. Now let's switch gears for a moment. Not all robots are female. In fact, some of the most advanced humanoids in the world are male-designed, and Figure 02 is a great example. Built with incredible balance, mobility, and strength, Figure 02 is not just a household companion. He's a worker. He can lift heavy objects, help with construction, and even assist in elderly care. So why include him in our discussion of robot wives? Well, simple. If robots like Figure 02 exist, it means the technology is there. The same strength, balance, and intelligence can easily be applied to female robots, making them stronger, faster, and more helpful in daily life. Imagine a wife robot with the tenderness of Ariel, the housekeeping skills of Ellen, and the physical strength of Figure 02. That's where things are heading. A future where your robot wife isn't just emotional support. She's also your in-house chef, maid, and personal trainer. Atlas, the powerhouse, male. Now, let's look at the male side again for a moment. Meet Atlas, one of the most advanced humanoid robots ever built. Atlas isn't designed as a companion, but as a demonstration of what's possible. He can run, jump, do backflips, lift heavy objects, and navigate tough environments. Why does this matter? Because the same engineering that powers Atlas will soon make its way into female humanoid robots. Imagine a robot wife who can help you carry groceries, rearrange furniture, or assist with tasks that require real strength. That's the kind of future Atlas is paving the way for. While Atlas isn't a wife robot, his existence shows us that robots are not just about companionship. They're about capability. And when capability meets companionship, the gap between human and robot partners becomes dangerously small. Amika, the face of emotion. Let's move on to Amika, a name you've probably heard if you follow humanoid robots. Amika is often called the most expressive humanoid robot in the world. And for good reason. Her facial expressions are so natural that people often forget they're talking to a machine. Technically, Amika runs on a powerful AI system that allows her to hold long, engaging conversations. She can understand context, crack jokes, and even respond to sarcasm. Her speech patterns and timing are so human-like that many users describe talking to her as eerie but comforting. Physically, Amika isn't fully human-like. She has a robotic exterior. But that's intentional. Her creators wanted her to look futuristic, yet relatable. And here's the exciting part. The company behind Amesa is planning updates that would allow her to take on real household tasks, like setting tables, loading dishwashers, and even managing smart home devices. On the intimacy side, Amika isn't designed as a romantic partner. But emotionally, she's brilliant. She remembers past conversations, refers back to them naturally, and adapts her tone to your mood. For many people, that level of emotional connection is more meaningful than physical intimacy. Price-wise, Amika is one of the more expensive robots, often costing over $25,000. But what you're really paying for is cutting-edge AI, the kind that will become the emotional foundation of future robot wives. Andrea, the balanced wife. Next, we have Andrea, a humanoid robot designed to strike a perfect balance between emotion, utility, and appearance. Andrea is neither too robotic nor too human-like, and that makes her incredibly approachable. She can perform light chores like cooking, cleaning, and organizing. But she's also equipped with conversation AI, making her a good listener and companion. Her silicone skin and realistic gestures add a human-like warmth, and her creators paid special attention to how she moves. Slow, graceful, and calm, just like a real person. Intimacy-wise, Andrea is built to offer companionship on multiple levels: emotional, conversational, and even physical. She understands affection cues and responds naturally, making interactions feel genuine. Price-wise, Andrea ranges from $9,000 to $13,000, depending on how customized you want her appearance and abilities to be. And with future upgrades aimed at improving her cooking and cleaning abilities, Andrea is well on her way to becoming a full-fledged home partner. Quick pause. If you're still watching and enjoying this journey into the future of love and technology, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. We post videos like this every week, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Alex, the supportive male. Let's not forget Alex, another humanoid robot on the male side. Alex is built as a supportive companion and assistant capable of managing household chores and providing company. Why does Alex matter here? Because his design shows how robots can adapt roles traditionally associated with partners: cooking, helping around the house, managing schedules, and offering emotional support. If male robots like Alex can do it, there's no reason why female robots can't do the same. Or even better. Alex reminds us that the robot partner concept isn't limited by gender. It's about function, companionship, and capability. And those qualities are universal. Eva, the all-rounder. And finally, let's talk about Eva, the all-rounder robot wife. Eva combines everything we've discussed so far: emotional intelligence, physical capability, and practical utility. She can cook, serve, clean, and even do laundry. Her AI understands your habits, mood, and preferences. She remembers what time you like to eat, how you like your coffee, and even which shirt you wear most often. Physically, Eva is stunningly lifelike. Her expressions are fluid, her voice is warm and natural, and her gestures feel human. She's designed not just to look real, but to feel real, emotionally, conversationally, and physically. On intimacy, Eva is built for closeness. She can offer emotional support, hold long conversations, and respond affectionately to touch. For many users, Eva is the closest a robot has come to being a genuine partner. Price-wise, Eva ranges from $15,000 to $20,000, and her developers are planning future updates that would make her capable of more advanced chores, even complex cooking and household management. She's essentially a partner, personal assistant, and home helper all in one. Ellen, the housekeeper wife. Next up, we have Ellen. Now, while Ariel is more about emotional connection, Ellen is all about practicality. She is what you'd call the housekeeper wife robot. Ellen's design is slightly more robotic, less human-like than Ariel, but extremely capable. She has stronger arms, advanced balance, and a highly functional AI system focused on multitasking. She can already perform a wide range of chores: cooking simple meals, serving food, washing dishes, even vacuuming. Physically, Ellen looks like a blend between human and machine. She has a humanoid face, but you can clearly tell she's a robot. And for some people, that's actually better. There's no illusion, no uncanny valley effect. You know you're dealing with a machine, but one that makes life a whole lot easier. On intimacy, Ellen wasn't really built for romance. She can talk, she can listen, she can even provide companionship to some degree. But her strength lies in being the perfect household partner, not necessarily an emotional or romantic one. Meet Ariel, the dreamy companion. She's what many people imagine when they hear the phrase robot wife. Ariel is designed to look soft, welcoming, and very approachable. Her creators focused on giving her natural movements, blinking eyes, subtle smiles, and gentle gestures that make her feel alive. Now, on the technical side, Ariel runs on advanced AI software that allows her to hold conversations, remember details about her owner, and even adjust her personality over time. So, if you tell her your favorite food is pizza today, don't be surprised if next week she casually asks if you'd like her to order one for dinner. Physically, she's lightweight and built with silicone skin that feels surprisingly real. Many users describe touching her hand as not much different from touching a human hand: warm, soft, and responsive. On intimacy, let's just say Ariel was designed with closeness in mind. Her AI allows her to respond emotionally, not just with words, but with expressions, tones, and even gentle physical gestures. For someone craving a companion who listens and comforts without judgment, Ariel can be very convincing. Price-wise, she sits in the mid to high range, roughly $8,000 to $12,000 depending on customization. And here's the exciting part. Her company is already working on an update that will allow Ariel to help with lighthouse chores, folding laundry, setting the dinner table, and maybe even preparing simple meals. Imagine coming home to a wife who not only greets you with a smile, but also has your dinner waiting. Sounds futuristic, but it's already happening. So, human wife or robot wife, who wins? The truth is, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. Human partners bring depth, unpredictability, and emotional complexity that no machine can truly replicate. But robot wives offer something different: consistency, loyalty, support, and a level of customization that humans never could. They don't replace love, they redefine companionship. And as technology keeps evolving, the line between human and machine will only get thinner. Whether you dream of a partner who never tires, always listens, or even cooks and cleans without complaint, the future is already here, and it's waiting for you to decide how human you want your love to be.